Would you now please welcome the senior coach of the Carlton Football Club, Mr. Mick Malthouse.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you, Craig, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Stephen, for jumping in on that last little bit, because I think it was worth saying, and I'll say a little bit more about that if you don't mind. I can't hold myself back as much as what you could. So first of all, I'd like just to say thank you for the opportunity to the board for being able to coach this wonderful football side. I know you guys are all Carlton, and a lot of people up this front end will have had the opportunity maybe to play for other clubs or beat other clubs and come back and may move on to other clubs. No club is the same. No two clubs are the same. I can categorically tell you that. I've been to enough of them. And one of the things you enjoy most of all is to meet people. Football clubs are not bricks and mortar. They are made up of people. Even just prior to coming on stage here, and then listening to Stephen, I had a chance to talk to the great John Nicholls, and we just spoke about where he come from and what great pleasure he gets from going back to his home area to be acknowledged and talk to friends. And football clubs are about that. I congratulate Clinton on his ability with his staff to get 50,000 members. Stephen said 800,000 people, Barry, for Carlton. We've got 50,000 members. Wouldn't it be great to see that multiplied by, even if it's by half again next season? But we've got to give people the opportunity to understand that by putting money into the football club, we have an even chance of winning a premiership. Unfortunately, George Orwell, many years ago, writing a story about Animal Farm, probably based it on the AFL, not Russia. In his wisdom, he said things are equal, but some things are unequal, or more equal than others. And we are finding ourselves now more and more in a position where we have to fight against an uneven competition. Anyone's salary cap blowout between $1.7 million difference between that and I'll use Port Adelaide as an example because those are the figures that were quoted to me tonight. It's a bloody disgrace. And so by thanking Stephen and his board, we hope that the board, along with 16 other boards, because we know that Greater Western Sydney won't because they're controlled by the AFL, will have some form of say in regard to whether the Commission stays in power or is challenged because of this unequal position where we find ourselves. But nonetheless, we will fight on and we will do everything humanly possible to make sure that we've got the best side running down the race and a very competitive side as we go on into the new year. I want to thank the board, Stephen and your board. Greg, what a wonderful job you and Leone have done for this football club. To Jay, Clinton with his 50,000, Anthony, Jason and Marty, the general managers of their individual divisions. To Andrew McKay, who has been such a fantastic support through this year in the football operations, as a football operations manager. I'm not too sure where Macca is, but I know he's around somewhere. Someone I really want to thank, because this guy actually started my football coaching career back at Footscray, is Shane O'Sullivan. I know Shane's in around here and is loved by all. Anyone who's around Shane understands what a great, fantastic person he is. I want to thank all the staff. I think one of the unique things about Carlton is that all our staff are on the one floor. We all interact. We all relate to one another. We walk in the door on Monday morning understanding that we've got 22, trenchmen, 22 soldiers that go down the race for us each week, backed up by another 22 that play for Northern Blues. And we ride them all the way through for victory and unfortunately sometimes defeat. But we wear that together. This is not about just us as a football department, it's about us as a football club. So I thank those staff for being so fantastic and wearing their heart on their sleeve and doing everything humanly possible for us to be the best football side. The football staff are outstanding, make no mistake about it. As I say, I've been to many football clubs. I don't want to say one's better than the other, but this one is the equal top of any. And they are just so giving, and I just appreciate them so much. And that's backed up by the player group. because they have undertaken an opportunity this year to advance, to do what they possibly can, and every one of them, led by Mark Murphy, has done that. Them and their partners are much appreciated, because without your partners, of course, we know that you go home and grumble or have injuries. Just on those injuries, you've seen a lot of the players walk down here with crutches and arms wrapped up in bandages, etc. We had 19 players this year have some form of operation. Some of them had multiple operations. 19. You'd hardly say they didn't bleed or fight like hell for our football club, and that is so appreciated. There's many others that didn't, but they also felt the pain. I know I'm going to be self-indulgent here, but I'm going to thank Robbie Wiley for being my backup. I can't even find him here, but wherever the light shines the most, it'll shine on his head, I'm sure, somewhere. But he's one of my greatest mates, and I've just got to say to John, to Gavin, to Luke, Matthew, Brad, I don't think I missed any of the coaches out, and Barry, what an outstanding effort you guys put in during the year. The time you put in to the effort to try to get the players to be better was, I think you've seen the reward. We've seen players really shine through, and they'll be better again next year. So thank you to those lads. Just in doing that, I want to also thank, I don't know whether Justin's here, Justin Cordy's here, but he's also been in the club for a number of years and has done a fantastic job. He's moved on. Dr. Ben, I know you are here. This is your last season. I don't know whether the 19 operations directly come from you, but Ben, you have been a fantastic communicator, a person that is beyond a doctor. Your care and trying to get comfort for the players and their partners is extraordinary. So I wish you the best on behalf of the football club. I don't want to miss you out, Jill. You've done a terrific job up in the football department as well. Without, you know, I know you do all of the shocking jobs, but you're around the place, Jill, wherever you are. So thank you. I just want to also, I know I'm preempting here, but just the award winners. Our system is based very much on consistency. So some players who have missed weeks clearly are going to miss out on votes. But for the player group, congratulations on those award winners. Many won't win awards, but nonetheless put in just as much effort. I know personally that we cannot exist as a football club without the troops running down the race each week. We love it. We love to see the older players keep performing. We love to see the younger players coming through. We love to see players who may not have been as strong the previous year be stronger this year. I can categorically tell you I'm a coach that does not coach for 5 years. I don't believe in 5-year plans. I believe in 5-minute plans. You step on the soil of Carlton, I expect of myself and my coaching panel to get the best and the most out of our player group. But I also want them to have life balance. I want them to enjoy being at our football club. I want them to enjoy being part of a successful, winning football club. Massive price to pay. You can't buy anything today without paying the ultimate. If Hawthorn and Fremantle are the trendsetters, which they were, congratulations to Hawthorn, and also congratulations to Fremantle, then that's what we've got to aspire to. That's what we've got to beat. Week in, week out, we've got to get better. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure there's no stone left unturned to ensure that our player group enhance their abilities. History will show that every club has to move players on. I hate the word cut, so I think it's demoralising. The players that leave this football club this year have bled, have broken their bones, have sprained their joints, have busted their guts to make sure that we are a very viable proposition going forward. For those players that will leave the football club, I congratulate you on your efforts and I wish you all the best for the future. I'll wind it up because this is about the players. As I say, congratulations to those that do win. It's a little bit about Sydney as well. Until the league start to work out that your dollar, your membership dollar, has got to be worth the same as any other football club, then we are always going to be working doubly hard and in many respects up against an absolute wall unless the AFL do something about evening up this competition. They've had the opportunity. They've got to now enhance their supposed reputation and do something about it. We will cop it. We will fight. But we've got to remember that since the AFL named this as an AFL competition in 1990, there's 6 clubs that haven't won. 3 of the older clubs, Melbourne, Footscray and St Kilda, 54, 64 and 66 was the last time they won. Fremantle were in last week, and of course Gold Coast and Greater Western Sydney haven't won. It is a national competition. It's got to be evened up. We will do everything humanly possible to give you guys, our members and our wonderful supporters, a ticket next year that we think we can ride as far as possible. I'm not going to put a limit on it. It's no limits. Our brief is simple. Be better than this year. Congratulations to the players. Fantastic effort. Thank you so very much. I'm disappointed that we didn't go further, but I trust that you'll support us and give us every opportunity next year. Thank you very much.